All right. So before
Yes, sir.
starting the session, like I've added two journal links in the chat box. So can anyone come forward and let me know whether those two journals are legit or not? Because
Sir,
last
can you
time,
reshare it? Like I have joined right now.
okay, I want people's whoever didn't demonstrate in the last session, apart from Sakshi, Utkarsh, I'm just resharing the link once again because last time most of you were joined using your phone, right? So I want somebody to cross check and explain to all of us. Please make it quick.
Sir, can we like screen share it? Yeah.
Yeah, you need to share your screen so that everyone can see it, like how you are checking.
Okay.
Varnika, Sofia, Radeshma, Charles, Selvalakshmi, Sriram. Anyone can come forward and explain. Guys, please make it quick.
The screen share is not working. I don't know why.
What about others?
Okay, so is it visible?
Yes, please proceed.
So if we have gone to the fast link,
Okay.
then the might cap. So this one is the I think this one is the legit journal because this is like clicking on the information then the publication clicks.
Uh,
Here
Swapna,
we
Swapna, like I want you to check the journal AAOAJ, that one. So rather than
yes
checking,
this is it this is it.
so this is the publisher link.
Okay, you want to this?
No, that one second I'm copy pasting the link here. The journal name is one second. Aeronautics and Aerospace Open Access Journal.
Yes, this one.
Hmm. just speak parallelly, like what you're trying to check, what you're trying to look.
Even I'm just clicking on the user home.
Okay.
Then there are some latest articles are there, which has been published in 2025,
Yes.
and this is like from another country. As I can see, the peoples are updated here. The research journals, so the research papers. While I am going to the aim and scope, so the classifications are like uh, related to the journal, which is like I can trust this journal. This is a legit journal.
Okay, so
And
that's
while
your
I am clicking,
final conclusion.
yes, like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So you can stop sharing the screen, and I want others apart from Swapna can come forward and check the second link, AAST, that journal. Please make it quick. See, whatever information I have provided, whatever explanation I have provided, so that are all of what to say, just explanation. I've shown you some demonstration like through the PPT itself, but this task will redefine you, like how journals are gaining your trust. So yeah, anyone can check second one. Barnika, can you check? Barnika.
Sir, actually, my lab is not with me right now. That's why I'm not able to share my screen, sir.
Radeshma. Radeshma R.
Sir, actually, I am also on my phone, sir.
Okay, so why you guys are joining through phone? So yeah, that's fine, no issues. So Shaj.
Sure, sir. Just a second. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Sir, first, I checked the ISSN number.
Okay.
Um, it was here enlisted. And then I checked their editorial board, and on the link, their actual information was given. So I think it's legit.
Okay. So that's your final conclusion, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Ovia, so you commented something like
Sir, I meant the second one is fake, the AAST.
Yes, sir.
okay. All right. So for your information, both the journals are fake.
Yeah, sir, because the impact factor is less in that source, sir.
So let me go with the first one. So you can see every information is given here, right? Terms and condition, membership, peer review system, plagiarism policy, every information is there, right? And you can see the article is published here. So what I'm going to check is, so if you click on any article, so this is the PDF, okay? And can anybody point out where is the DOI for this article? I'm just scrolling it down.
It's at the bottom of the page.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. So I'm just copy pasting the link, the DUI link here. So in order to check whether the DUI is active or not, valid or not, so we are going to resolve DUI site, and we have another option called search crossref. So let me check with this site first. Now I'm submitting. So what's the result we are getting here?
DOI not found.
Yeah, and let's check the same with this search engine. So what's the result?
DOI is not matching.
DUI is not matching. So the DUI is not registered. Okay, so I'm using this information to conclude this is a fake journal. Okay, now I'm coming to this one. So here also every information is given here, and if you look at the articles, and let's check with DUI first. Okay, so the DUI is active and it's working, right? And let's check the same DUI here as well. So few information we are getting here. So if the ISS number is valid or if the DUI is valid, it doesn't mean the journal is legit. Okay, so you can see that for this particular journal, articles, archive, indexing, aims and scope, editorial board, for authors, publication fee. So these informations are given here. So what about other policies? Plagiarism policy, retraction policy, peer review system, how they are handling the manuscripts. That's no information, right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Let's check ISS number.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, sir, for interrupting. Can you please give access to Alu Lakshmi Priya for the Gmeet?
For where is she? Okay, so what I was trying to say is you will find all the informations on the home page of any journal, but sometimes what to say, you may be concluding that it's a legit journal, but sometimes if you do all the check, then you can conclude that it's a fake journal. So considering that point, so I would like to add few more points as continuation to the previous session. So let me share my presentation. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as continuation with the previous content whatever I have presented on Monday, so we need to check valid ISS number and DOI with crossref as well. Along with, we need to check editorial board, and apart from this you need to check whether the journal have that particular publishing and retraction policy. That is very important. And most of the legit journal, they tend to charge higher publication fee. So this is because once you submit your manuscript, the manuscript undergoes lots of what to say publication process, from initial screening to plagiarism checking. Then they need to pay reviewers. Most of the journals, they don't pay any compensation to reviewers, but some journals do, especially open access journal. So in that case, they has to pay some sort of compensation to reviewers. So that's why they charge higher publication fee. So this sign indicates a legit journal, and you may be receiving email from official email addresses rather than Gmail or yahoo.com or any third party emails. So that information you can check. And most of the legit journal, they request manuscripts, or they recommend authors to submit their papers through website based manuscript submission system, so that you can check. Okay. And the editorial flow, that is very common. You guys know submission, review, revision, APC payment or no APC in case of subscription based journal, then followed by publication. So just note down these three points: retraction policy, higher publication fee, official email, as well as publishing policy. And now coming back to predatory journals. So what are all criteria we have to identify predatory journal? So these are all pointers, so which is taken from uh, Jeffrey Ball's list. Okay. For example, the first point indicates that if you encounter some engineering based journal or any journal, in that particular journal you will encounter or you will find papers from non-engineering background. Okay, let's say if I'm looking at some engineering journal, at that journal we can see papers related to medical fields, papers related to arts and science. So we will find every papers there in a single domain or single journal. So that is what the first point means. And websites containing spelling and grammatical errors, so that I have shown in the last session, that a journal of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary research. So in the URL itself you found that spelling mistake, right? Yes or no? Do you guys remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes images are distorted, like unauthorized image. Like the same journal I want to represent, if you look at, if you click on any papers link or issue link, then it shows the images or images in the PDF format rather than showing articles. So that is what we call distorted image, um, or anything like. And sometimes you will find unauthorized images. um, for example, if you find a journal, they claim that their journal is indexed in UGC care list, or the journal is indexed in Scopus and all. They used to mention the logo of Scopus and UGC in their journal, but in reality those journals are not indexed in UGC as well as Scopus. Okay, so that you can find through journals. And usually homepage language target authors. So what does it mean? Can anybody comment? So nowadays we are having lots of websites and lots of online sources um, having this kind of contents to target customers, to target authors, viewers in case of YouTube channel. Anybody want to comment?
Like, sir, at the homepage they try to give every sort of data and try to prove that we are uh like legit, good general, we are not a fake, and
Yes,
that's
yes. Yeah, that's correct.
What?
So they tend to exaggerate themselves rather than um, explaining or showing the reality what they are. So that is what it means. And then promotes index Copernicus value. So if you check the impact factor of any journal, that impact factor usually doesn't go beyond 30. Okay, impact factor 30. But in case of index Copernicus, that measures to a scale of, I think, 260 or 300. So most of the fake journals, they used to register through that particular platform, index Copernicus. So once they get ICV value, so they used to mention that ICV value in the journal page. So if any author looks at that ICV value, if it's shows like 30 or 60, 70 or 130, then definitely anyone, like everyone, will submit without any second thought, especially beginners. So they tend to promote this index Copernicus value. You can just note it down if you want. And the next pointer is lacks description of manuscript handling process. So in simple form, it's a peer review policy. So they don't disclose how they are handling the manuscript. So once you submit your manuscript, whether they are sending those manuscript for plagiarism check or peer review systems or not, so you won't find any information related to that point. So you can just note it down. And next point is manuscripts requested over emails. So usually all the fake journals, they used to request manuscript. So for example, call for papers. Submit your papers by this date and get it published by this date. So you will receive emails, and they'll tell that you no need to submit through website based manuscript submission system. So if you send your manuscript to us, then we will submit it on behalf of you. So that's what the point is. And the next point is promises rapid publication. Like how I have shown you that IGCRT and other journals. So they usually promise you like we will publish your paper within a week.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, right now I'm just send in the chat box a link. Can you just tell me this book is legit or not? Like this one.
Can I do the same towards the end of the session?
Okay, sir. Okay.
And then you won't find any information on retraction policy. And the next point is like you won't find any information of on digital preservation of content, like how they are preserving the articles for better visibility and as part of backup option. So these are all pointers, you can just note it down. And then usually all the journals, they retain copyright. Okay, and apart from copyright, you have all the rights for your manuscript. So most of the fake journals, they don't mention the information about the copyright statement, like how the copyright thing works with them. So that you can check. And the last one is contact email address is non-professional and non-journal affiliated. So recently I received multiple emails from Science PC, like a publisher. Let me show you. Science Publishing Group, Science PG. So they used to send call for papers emails to multiple non-affiliated emails. Like the domain is Science Publishing Group, but I used to receive email from some other domain suffixes. So that what it means. So these are all criteria, like important criteria to identify fake journals. Is that clear for everyone? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so ignore the first one, Google Scholar. So in order to identify genuine journals for early career research and publication, you can go for directory of open access journals. The screenshot is given here, and then we have Web of Science. So this is Web of Science home page. We have Scopus is here, then JCR, Journal Citation Report. So let me show you the Scopus one as well as DOAJ. So rest things you can check. So once you enter the Scopus site, here we have sources option. Okay, so if any journal claim that they are indexed in Scopus, so come to this site and enter the name of the journal. So let me show you a journal called Aerospace, MDPI. So here if you click this option, indexing and archiving, you can see that the journal is indexed in Web of Science and Scopus. Okay, let's cross check the same. Just come to this site and you can search any journal through title, publisher or ISSN number. So let me search through title. So once you type the title of the journal, you'll get results like this. So here we have, so if you click this, then we are getting the journal's information here. Once again, if you click this one, then it will show you the entire information. So the journal is open access. So years currently covered by Scopus from 2014 to 2025. Publisher name is given here, MDPI. ISS number is given here. Source type is journal, and you can see the site score, rank and trend, and content coverage. Like all the documents are not covered by Scopus. Like they used to select specific documents which are of good scientific importance. You can see the numbers from 2014. In 2014, the Scopus covered only 9 documents, and in 2025, 470 documents. Okay, so this is how we can cross check any journals through Scopus site, and this is directory of open access journals. So as a beginner, if you want to go for publications, open access publication without article processing charge, then search for journals here. For example, if you type your domain aerospace, if you search, then we have filters here. If you want to go for open access paid publication, you can go for this one. If you don't want to go for paid publication, then you can check this one without fees. So these are all journals we have. You can see there are no article processing charges or any other charges, hidden charges associated with this journal. FME transactions, a review of the Air Force Academy. So we have lots of journals here. So I recommend you guys to go for DOAJ based journals initially. Then for advanced publication, go for Scopus or Web of Science. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I would like to introduce this database, Pearls list. Like this database is created by Jeffrey Ball. Here you will find like all the publisher list as well as journals list. So let me show you the journals which I have given you for the task, just copy paste the title of the journal, come to this database. Then if you want to go for journal check, click this one, or if you want to go for publisher check, click this one. So once I enter this standalone journals, copy paste the title of the journal, here we have the journal in this list. Okay, and let me go to let me check this journal. So here the journal name is not showing here, but if you come to this publisher list, the publisher name is Medtrave. Okay, just type the same. Here we have that Medcrave under this publisher list. So if you click this one, it will redirect you to the official page of the publisher. So this site you can note it down. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually, I'm confused. Like the two journals are fake journals? Yeah, legit journals.
Those two journals are fake.
Okay.
Okay, now I would like to talk more about this journal impact factor. So this information is taken from Wikipedia source. So usually journals and like the databases which shows the metrics of journals, especially Scopus, Web of Science and all, so they use this formula to calculate journal impact factor. So impact factor is nothing but the total number of citations received in present year divided by sum of all articles published in last two preceding years. One example is given here. I would like to correlate this formula with 2025. If you want to calculate impact factor of any journal for 2025 or 2024, then I am taking 2024 as an example. Impact factor for 2024 is equal to total number of citations received by the journal as of 2024 divided by total number of articles published during 2023 and 2022. So that will give you the impact factor of any journal. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in the Wikipedia source itself, the example is given here. Nature had an impact factor of 41.577 in 2017. So as I stated, usually impact factor doesn't go beyond this number 30 or 40. Okay, so you can just store these points in your mind. So whenever you encounter any journal, if they tend to mention the impact factor is 60 or 70, then you need to cross check once again to verify. All right. Okay, so this is one site, skymago.com. So here you will find entire journals indexed in Scopus and Web of Science especially, and this site will give you what to say, a real time not real time, it will give you entire information from impact factor to site score, total number of documents covered. You can just cross check later after the session. And next, site score. So we know what is impact factor. Now site score. Anybody want to comment what is site score and why it is important? Anyone, if you have any experience or
Sir, the amount of citation that total present in your total number of articles?
Yeah, that's all right. So the definition is given here on the screen. But in reality, usually all the journals they used to release their impact factor after the completion of respective academic year. Okay, so for example, if you take any journal, Progress in Aerospace Science, so they will release their impact factor for 2024 after the completion of that particular academic year. Let's say 2024 itself. Okay, so site score is something like it gives you what to say
The, the,
the journal
the
significance or importance in real time.
yes, like you can say the average number of citations received per document published in journal.
Yes, so the formula is given here. Site score is equal to citations received in the present year. For example,
So, sir,
if I
sir,
yes,
it also shows like the more site scores and the more authentic journals are being published in that, like more authentic papers are being published in that journal.
yeah, definitely for all the journals having impact factor and site score, especially the legit one, um, definitely most of the papers are of authentic one, like legit one, which are of high like scientific importance. So you can just note down this formula: citation received in the present year divided by total number of articles published in last 3 preceding years. So that will give you site score. Okay, so usually most of the authors and researchers they prefer impact factor rather than looking at the site score for journal submission, because that impact factor is considered in the academic field rather than site score. But the site score is just to give you an overview of the present scenario of the journal. I hope you guys got my point, what I'm trying to say. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I don't know whether you guys have heard about this Scopus Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. But if you look at the LinkedIn post of most of the professors, researchers, they used to add like, I've successfully published my research article so and so in Scopus Q1 journal and Scopus Q2 journal. Right, so the information is given here on the screen. Like the Scopus database, we have thousands of journals. So among 1000 journals, top 25%, like top 25 journals comes under Scopus Q1 category, top 50 or like top 50% of the Scopus journal comes under Q2, top 75 under Q3 and top 100% comes under Q4. So beyond that, all the journals are just Scopus. It's not neither Q1, Q2, Q3 or Q4. Okay, am I clear? So if you go to this site SkyMago, if you look for journals, it may be from any domain or any background, so it will show you whether the journal is Scopus Q1, Q2 or Q3. Okay, let me show you rather than explaining. I hope you guys can see this. So here the tag is given here Q1. here you can see the tag Q2. You can also see this one Q3. So this is Scopus one, but it's just Scopus. It's not part of any Scopus quartile series. I hope you guys are noticing this. You can see tag Q4 as well. Am I clear? Any confusion? If you have time, you can just compare the total number of citations or the impact factor. So for all the quartile series Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 or normal Scopus index journals. Any response? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So I would like to end this slide, this presentation from this, and then I would like to go for data repositories, data and preprint repositories now. So why data repositories? Like data set publication and preprint publication is important. Can anybody comment based on your experience or whatever knowledge you have gained from overall sessions? Just give your perception, like your thought, what you are thinking. Swapna, can you comment? Sakshi?
Is it like a system to store or collect all data in a place?
That's correct. So like how I added, like if you do a preprint publication, so many readers will read and they will suggest you the corrections or the mistakes.
It's
With the help
basically
of that, you can improvise your research, right? In the same way, if you deposit your entire data set, so who knows, so somebody may encounter some error and he may report it to you. So based on that, you can correct your calculations, right?
is it like a digital storage systems?
Yes,
Like, there is
and
the data sets, research results.
yes, that's correct. And
Yes.
the second objective is if you share your entire data set, that will help other researchers to replicate your model, to follow your, they will follow your research, they'll cite your research. Okay, so overall this will help you to gain more citations in future. So that's why dataset publication and preprint publication is very important. So considering this significance, I would like to outline few important data repositories here. So first I would like to represent for TU research data and ANDS data repository. The link is given here and let me show you. So this is for to you research data's official site. You can see the total number of data sets published in this website and the institutions given here, like involved in publishing data sets through this site, and the total number of authors, collections, files and size, everything is given here. So this is official website, and so this is the site to upload your data. Okay, so you need to create a free account here. Post that, you can upload your entire data set in any form. It may be Excel or any file. Okay, and this site helps you to get digital object identifier for your dataset. So please keep in mind, whatever academic resource you publish or you release over the net, my recommendation is before you release, so try to get digital object identifier for all your sources. It may be a single image, it may be a single table, or it may be a small data set with 10 or 20 data samples, because that identifier will help you to track your record, and that will help other researchers to refer and cite your article. So that's why digital object identifier is very important. In that case, 4TU data, research data, will help you to get DOI for your data set. So that's why I'm recommending this site. So next, this ANDS research data. So it's a Australia based data repository. You can see the total number of data sets published from different domains. The numbers is given here, the numbers are, and but this site doesn't allocate any digital object identifier, but they used to allocate some identifiers, content identifiers for your dataset. So this is second preference. My first preference is this one. So apart from this, I'd like to highlight these two repositories, Mendeley Data and Harvard Database. The link is given here, you can just note it down. Let me show you the image samples. So this is the official page of Mendeley's data. So once you deposit your data, so once it's announced, then you will see information like this: the title of the data sets, published date, version number. For every version, like if you update your data set after 3 months or 6 months, you can deposit once again to the same repository. In that case, you will get one more DOI for your second version. You can see the version is second version, the DOI is given here, contributor's name is given here, and you can see the metrics here: total number of views, total number of downloads, and how you can cite this data set. So for example, if you do some analysis or if you do some simulation, if you have your data set, deposit your data to this repository, then you can cite your own data set to your own paper. So that won't create any issue. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And after Mendeley data, I would like to recommend Harvard database. You can see the numbers here, like authors from different domains, they have deposited their data set here. You can see the numbers here. Okay, so this is the official site. So once you publish your data set through this site, you can see some information like this: the title of the data set, published date, and the digital object identifier, and the version number. Okay, so you can go for this one. So my first preference would be 4TU research data, then second preference is Mendeley, then Harvard database, then these are all my first preference, everything is next. And apart from this, we have OSF, preprint repository, and Figshare. So OSF and Figshare, they usually accepts preprints, data sets, images, tables, like all kind of academic sources, and they do support allocation of digital object identifier for every resources. You can see the image here. So this is OSF official data repository site, and this is a sample data set given here, and you can see the identifier, digital object identifier for that particular data set or data resource. You can see the list of contributors here. Okay, and this is official site of Figshare, and once you deposit your data set, you will get a page like this. the title of the, so you can see this is not data set, it's just a table. So in Excel format, so they do allocate digital object identifier for every data set. You can see the information here when they posted the data set, the name, the list of contributors, and the metrics, view metrics, download metrics, total number of citation received. So everything you can see from this page itself. So if you are part of any analytical research, so I definitely recommend you guys to go for dataset publications through these platforms. It's okay if you have lesser number of data. So dataset publication doesn't mean you need to compile some hundred or thousands of data to go for dataset publication. If you have 10 data samples, go for this. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Now preprint repositories. Can anybody come forward and tell me the same, like what's the importance of preprint publication? Interaction is very important, guys. Like if you interact and if you comment or if you express your thoughts, I'll come to know like how far you are getting my points, how far you are understanding. See, towards the end of this internship program or after the completion of basic training, I'll be giving you 30 questions. So you need to write it. You need to complete that assessment. So based on your scoring, so we will be providing a course certificate completion. So at that time, this information is mandatory and very much required. So that therefore, I request everyone to come forward and share your comments, express your thoughts.
It's like an online platforms, like where the researchers can share their scientific manuscripts or like before the peer review.
Yeah, that's correct. So what's the importance?
Like for the more visibility and like feedback, boost the citations.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So my first point would be like if you are doing a preprint publication. So preprint publication is just to create first impression of your research. Like it's a kind of registering your research online. Like you are the first person to do this research. In simple terms, creating first impression for your research. Okay, if you look at Google Scholar profiles, so that will show you the total number of citations you've received from which year. So if you do preprint publication, if that preprint gets 2 or more citation, then in your Google Scholar profile it will show. Like let me show you my profile. So if you see this citation graph here, you can say that I started my research career from 2018. So for that particular year, I received only one citation. Okay, so this is one case. So next thing is like how I have added like creating first impression for your research. So we don't know, many people can think of the same project, they can work on the same project. If they are publishing their paper first, then they will get entire credits for their research. If you have invested some 1 year or 1.5 year of your time for that research, then you won't get any credit, right? Am I correct? What happened? Like, let's say I'm working on some cosmological derivation part, okay, and Swapna is also working on the same cosmological some derivation part, theoretical work.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Now I'm doing a journal publication first, the same work. So who will get the entire credit for the research?
You also. You and your supervisor.
Yeah, I will get. So at that time, if you file some complaints stating that I'm the one who initiated this research, I have all the proofs and I have all the documents with me, I can submit it for your reference and cross check and validation or investigation. So this won't work. Whoever does like first publication, every credit goes to that particular person. So that's why if you want to go for your journal publication, maybe after 1.5 year or 1 year, I recommend you guys to go for preprint publication with your rough draft first, then go for conference publication. That is second step of creating your first like second impression for your research. Then go for journal publication. So if you follow these steps, then no one can share your credits. I hope you guys are getting my point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that case, like I would like to highlight a few preprint repositories. The first one is Archive. It's the oldest data like preprint repository. Initially, they supported only physics and astrophysics and related papers. Now they are supporting papers from diverse domain. And initially, they supported article ID for each and every publication. Just from 2022, they have started assigning digital object identifier for all the research, and you can find sister repositories for this archive. For example, you have Bio Archive, Africa Archive, Chem Archive, and Engineering Archive. So each repository is specialized with their own domains. Okay, you can just check it out. And if you go for preprint publication with this platform, then you will be having wider reach and visibility. Okay, so just see this screenshot. So you have um, the domain name here, then the title of the work, the list of contributors, abstract, comments, digital object identifier. This is archive ID, article ID, and you can see if you do publication with this platform, definitely your paper will get indexed in NASA's Astrophysics Data System, Google Scholar, and Semantic Scholar. So once you do your first preprint publication, you can create your own Google Scholar profile, and that profile you can add it to your resume whenever you are applying for job or research associate position or any internships. I hope you guys getting my point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next preprint server is SSRN, Social Science Research Network. So this is also second oldest preprint repository. Initially they supported papers from social science and arts related domains. Now they are supporting papers from all the domains. And yeah, from last year they have started to allocate digital object identifier for all the academic sources. Initially they used to assign article ID or abstract ID. Okay, so if you go for your preprint publication with this platform, then you will be having good reach and visibility, and definitely your paper will be indexed in Google Scholar. So let me show you one screenshot here. So this is that like the preprint server's official site and one paper's official page of publication. You can see for this paper they have provided digital object identifier. You can see this here, and this is abstract ID or the content ID for that particular research. Okay, so you can just note it down. Then I would like to go for preprints. So though preprints.org may be a new to this preprint publication, but they do have their own standard of announcing papers. Like it's not like if you submit your content writing xyz so and so content which are of which are of no importance, not valid, then they won't announce it in their platform. So they initially do some preliminary checks like plagiarism, whether your preprint has sufficient scientific content, from what to say, abstract introduction, research methodology, results, graphical results, then data sets, tabular columns, conclusions, and sufficient number of references. And in the if you're going for preprint publication with this platform, you have to follow their own template. So for these two platform, you don't need to format your article based on any template, like especially archive and SSRN. But if you want to go for preprints.org, then you have to follow their template for preprint publications. So right now I would like to go for an assignment. So based on whatever discussion we had, so like how to draft your research article, so before submitting your report to me, so just try to submit your article to this platform. Just check whether they are accepting your preprint for announcement or publication, or they are rejecting. So based on that feedback, you can conclude yourself like how far you have written your content. I hope you guys can try, give a try.
Sir, like before the drafting, like what do we have to do? Like adding the drafting
Sorry.
methodologies, like what we have to upload on that preprint sites.
No, you have chosen certain title for this internship, right? So towards the end of this internship, you will be writing your entire report.
Yes.
So that will be sent for peer review, and that will take at least 30 to 45 days to do a publication. So before that, you can use your same content, that preprint, the initial draft which you are submitting, to format and upload it to this preprint server.
Okay. Okay. But means the entire report.
Yes, the entire report.
Okay.
Okay, so you can just so let me show you some screenshot of this server. You can see the device given here. For every version, let's say you have written some 60% like partial content for your research article, and if you are submitting it to this, then you will be getting DY for your first version. And after 3 to 6 months, if you are submitting your second version, like the entire manuscript, then you will be getting your DY for second version. Okay, and you can see the submission and announcement date. So there is some gap, 2 to 3 days, so which they use for doing preliminary checks. And yeah, so if you enter this preprint repository, you will find some tags like this. If your preprint is not peer reviewed, then you will find some tag like this. And of course, if you are doing some journal publication, if you are updating the same in this platform, then you will get tag like this. A peer reviewed article of this preprint also exists. If you click this one, then it will show you the PDF, the published version of the article, research article. Okay, so you can just check it out later. Then the next preprint server is Research Square. Okay, so all this preprint platform supports indexing of articles in Google Scholar. Let me show you the homepage of this researchsquare.com. So once your preprint is announced, then you can see lots of tags here. If it's just a preprint, then you will get tag like this. And if you are submitting a preprint after submitting it to some other journal, then they will retrieve those information and they'll add tag like this, where and all your article is under review. You can see the information here. So you can go for this preprint platform as well. So they also support digital object identifier for each and every publication. Like for every versions, you can see the image here. This is second version. You can see the DOI is given here, and the tag is also there. This is a preprint, it has not been peer reviewed by a journal. Okay, so these are all most important preprint platforms where you can go for your initial publications. Okay, last but not least, I would like to mention this OSF preprints. Right now I don't know whether the preprint server is active or not. Like the domain is active, but I don't know, like authors are submitting their papers to this particular platform, because you will find very less number of papers in this particular platform. So this is just optional part. If you want, you can go for your dataset publication with this or preprint publication with this, but I won't recommend this platform. I'm just giving you for a reference. Okay, and next is engineering archive. You can just see the screenshot here. So they don't have any preliminary checks like plagiarism, and whether your article has sufficient scientific information or content. So once you deposit your content in any format, they will announce it within a day or two. So once they announce, you will get information like this. And yes, they do allocate digital object identifier for every published article. Okay. Yeah, so that's all from my end. Any questions?
Sir, the link which I have given in the chat, that was 20.
Yeah, I'm just opening it. So what's your question?
Sir, is this legit or like?
So who is the publisher?
Elsewhere, sir, elsewhere.
Okay, so did you find elsewhere anywhere over the net stating that elsewhere is a predator of fake
No,
publishing?
no, like in this book I have published a chapter. That's why
I'm sorry, this book
yes, yes.
you published.
No, a computational method.
Okay, fine. For book publication, the information which I will check is ISBN number. So the ISBN is correct. You can see here. Next, I would like to go for DOI check. It's redirecting me to the official page of that book publication. Now let me check their publication history. I think this book is not open access, right?
No, sir, this is not open access.
So I can see very limited information. So with this detail itself, I'll tell that I can conclude like it's a legit book and legit publication. And I wanted to show some images. 1 second. One second. Any questions?
No, sir. Not from my side.
Okay, I want some feedback. Can anyone comment like was the session helpful?
Obviously, sir, this is very helpful for me because some informations that I have not learned today. I just know these things, the preprints and the repository.
See,
So,
yeah. So my motive is like to empower research and publication, especially in India. If you look at the retraction stat, India is already there. So in order to drop down that metrics, so we need to provide quality
yes,
information, right? So that's why. So what about others? Let me show you some images first. So few peoples have spotted AI contents in like Scopus Q1 and Elsevier journals. You can see the screenshot here. So soon after the readers identify, they remove that particular article. You can see this is the official page of that particular article, and you can see the abstract part. In summary, the management of bilateral androgenic, I'm very sorry, but I don't have access to. So this is one example, and here you can see one more example. So what your thoughts and comments on this?
sir, कुछ भी छाप देते हैं.
Okay, that's all right.
Paper was not peer reviewed, sir.
I'm sorry.
The paper was not peer reviewed, sir.
Okay. So what about others? So it's 8:53 now. For next 7 minutes, I would like to have I like to have some good like debate or conversation. It's an open discussion. Anyone can share their own comments.